You dress up, you book a hotel that costs more than your kidney, and the guy you like looks like he stepped out of a catalog. All good, right? Wrong. Because in this movie, the menu includes tech stalkers, rat poison, political conspiracies, and a kid who, for some reason, has better aim with a remote-controlled car than an FBI agent. Violet is a psychologist, specializing in helping women survivors of abuse. In other words, she knows how to spot red flags. It's literally her job. But as the saying goes, the cobbler's children have no shoes. Violet decides it's time to get back in the dating game after being widowed. And of course, what do you do these days? You download a dating app. Because nothing says personal safety like meeting a stranger from the internet when you have a 5-year-old son and trauma the size of a skyscraper. But pay attention, because this is where logic decides to take a fully paid vacation. Violet's home is more surveillance heavy than a Swiss bank vault. Cameras here, sensors there, a NASA-level tech deployment. The problem? In this thriller's universe, if you're afraid a psycho might walk into your living room, the brilliant solution is to install a system connected to the internet that any preschool hacker could break into between cereal spoonfuls. Brilliant. A round of applause for Violet. She basically handed the villain a VIP 4K pass to watch her life from his couch, and just when you think the quota of questionable decisions has peaked, enter Jen, the sister, the typical selfless aunt who agrees to babysit her nephew so our protagonist can go on a blind date. Jen, dear, I sincerely hope the evening includes full coverage life insurance because this babysitting gig has all the signs of ending in the ER or an episode of Crime of the Week. Good luck. You're going to need it. Violet arrives at the hotel. It's so luxurious, the very air smells like privilege. And here comes the first mandatory cliche. The bump. Violet collides with a guy, drops her phone, the guy picks it up and returns it. If a stranger picks up your phone in a crowded place and stares at you like you're an all-you-can-eat buffet, wouldn't you be even slightly suspicious? Not Violet. She moves on. She has a mission, to meet Henry. And then, as if he'd stepped out of a boyfriend your mom would approve of catalog, Henry appears. The guy is perfect. Too perfect. He's handsome, attentive, arrives apologizing for being late, and pay close attention here. He brought a gift for Violet's son. A stuffed animal? No. A Lego set? Nope. He brings a hockey puck. Okay, Henry, let's analyze your master move. You just gave a rubber vulcanized projectile designed to be hit at 93 mph to a 5-year-old living in an apartment full of cameras and glass surfaces. You might as well have brought a baseball, bat, and a slingshot so the kid could finish off Grandpa's ashes. This is where the evening goes from awkward to completely sketchy. Suddenly, Violet's phone starts spitting out photos. Not cat memes, photos of herself, taken seconds ago from somewhere in the restaurant. The stalker isn't just nearby, he's breathing down her neck. And what does Henry say about it? Maintaining a level of zen that borders on sociopathic. He drops the quote of the night. Bah, it's probably just some kids messing around. Sure thing, Henry. Because everyone knows that children's favorite after-school activity, right after snack time, is infiltrating private ultra-luxury hotel networks to wage psychological warfare on widowed therapists. It's the new Minecraft, didn't you know? Instead of building pixel castles, kids now hack encrypted signals and coordinate kidnappings while waiting for their happy meal. Seriously, Henry, either you're the most optimistic man on the planet, or you're hiding something bigger than that hockey puck. Just when you thought the worst thing was bad Wi-Fi, the stalker decides to raise the stakes to guaranteed heart attack level. He sends Violet a message with a simple command. Look at your home cameras. And there it is. The image no mother ever wants to see. An armed man strolling through her living room like he owns the place, right next to her 5-year-old son. Now, let's pause for a moment. What would any human being with 3 functional brain cells do? Exactly. You scream like there's no tomorrow, flip the table, fall squat, and bolt out of the hotel like you're Usain Bolt. But no, our dear Violet decides to apply the garden statue method. Why? Because the stalker tells her he has her phone cloned, and that if she makes one wrong move, it's all over. So there she is, sitting, pretending to enjoy her luxury dinner, while her life crumbles in glorious 4K. Tell me something, Violet. Do you really think a man who already broke into your house with a gun is going to stop just because you behaved nicely for dessert? The logic in this movie is a fascinating disaster, and we're just getting started. And here comes my favorite part. The moment where faith in humanity decides to take a permanent vacation. Violet, desperate and with her pulse through the roof, manages to slip away to the restroom. It's her golden opportunity, her James Bond moment. What does she do? She tries to ask for help from some women touching up their makeup. But instead of screaming, "Call the police," she decides the most discreet approach is to write a distress message on her own hand with eyeliner. And here's the magic. The women look at her, see a visibly shaking woman with an expression of absolute terror, scrawling on her hand like her life depends on it. And what do? Ask if she's okay? Stay to help? No. They give her the "what a weirdo" look, grab their things and flee like panic is contagious. In this hotel, if you're not dying with style and high definition, nobody cares. Violet, my dear, next time try writing "I have a discount on designer handbags." That'll definitely get their attention. Buckle up, because the stalker turns out to be a Kasparov-level strategist playing 3 games simultaneously. His grand objective isn't just to ruin Violet's dinner, but to get hold of an SD card that Henry has. And what's on that card? Well, our heartthrob is a press photographer who has photos of the mayor that would end his political career faster than a 15-second. Video Violet, now an involuntary high-risk spy, has to steal the card. So she pulls out the oldest trick in the book. So basic it would be embarrassing in a daytime soap opera. "Oh no, my watch. I think I dropped it when we came in. Could you go to the front desk and ask about it?" And here's where Henry earns his crown. Henry Tatbiti, who is either the most understanding and pure-hearted man in the universe, or frankly, the most oblivious person to ever set foot in this luxury hotel, says, "Of course, I'll be right back. Come on, Henry. You just left. Your camera, your state secrets, and your dignity in the hands of a woman who has been acting like she's on the verge of a panic attack all evening." While Henry walks toward reception looking for a watch that is literally in her purse, Violet goes full mission. Impossible to extract the card. All she needed was to rappel down from the ceiling on a cable, and the scene would have been complete. This is cinema, folks! Violet steals the card, and then new instructions. She has to poison Henry. In the bathroom, a little vial of poison has been left for her. Have you noticed that in these movies, hotel bathrooms are like Amazon lockers for crime? There's always something useful behind the curtains. After a lot of back and forth, Violet realizes Henry is about to give up and go home. Understandable. I'd have left after the first course. So what does our protagonist do? She pulls the oldest move in the survival handbook, the strategic kiss, and it works. Henry floats off on a cloud, proving that the power of love, or rather, the power of desperation at "my kid is being threatened" level, can overcome anything. But just when you think this is going to turn into a romantic comedy, fate slaps us back to reality. We arrive at the big reveal. Forget the suspicious guy from the collision. That was too obvious for this script. The real villain, the stalker, who has been playing with Violet's mind all night, is, drumroll, the guy at the next table. The same one who was supposedly there on a blind date, looked like just another poor rejected soul. Turns out he wasn't waiting for the love of his life. He was waiting for the perfect moment to destroy Violet's. He was there, mere feet away, eavesdropping on every breath and enjoying the show from the front row. 10 out of 10 for performance. He deserves an Oscar and a permanent restraining order. That's commitment to the role of psychopath, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is a case study. He knows Violet's name, her childhood traumas, and even what she had for breakfast on Tuesday. He even has the audacity to remind her that her ex, Blake, unraveled right in front of her. He's the textbook villain. Instead of finishing the dirty work in 2 minutes and vanishing into the shadows, he feels an overwhelming need to deliver a TED Talk. But wait, the master plan is pure art of surrealism. The guy wants Violet to poison Henry, so she takes the fall. Literally. According to his evil genius logic, if a woman with a history connected to her husband's death kills an FBI informant in a hotel full of witnesses and cameras, nobody would suspect a thing. Of course, surely the police would say, "Oh look, the therapist killing people on romantic dates again? What a charming coincidence, let's close the case and go get donuts." It's the perfect crime. If the judge is a hamster, the jury is blind, and the prosecutor is in a coma. Seriously, for a high-level political conspiracy, they really are counting on the local police having zero functional brain cells. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But watch out. The villain made the biggest rookie mistake in history, messing with the mental health of a psychologist. And if there's one thing psychologists know, besides charging by the hour like it's liquid gold, it's how to play mind games. Violet pulls the ultimate move. She pretends to follow orders and poison Henry's shot, but while the bad guy is busy basking in his own ego and probably planning his next TED Talk, she does a professional level aid switch. Surprise. The poison doesn't go to the heartthrob. It goes straight to the villain's plate. Take that. Room service with a dash of arsenic. Of course, the guy doesn't take too kindly to the meal, because, spoiler, poison doesn't usually pair well with a nice wine. And being a sore loser, decides that if there's no dinner, there'll be bullets. He pulls out his gun, and total chaos erupts in the restaurant. And here's where my heart breaks. Poor Henry, the man who just wanted a quiet dinner, a real conversation, and maybe to delete Tinder forever, ends up taking a bullet for Violet. Poor Henry, truly. The guy went from Golden Bachelor to Human Shield of the evening. If he survives this, I hope Violet at least covers the hospital bill and a subscription to an app that doesn't include attempted murder. Now that would be commitment. And now, the question we're all asking while munching our popcorn. How does the great strategist, the king of TED Talks, die? From the poison he just swallowed? No, that would be too boring. From a precise shot amid the chaos? Also no, too conventional. Get ready, because Violet decides the best way to take down an international assassin is by using Henry's hockey puck. Yes, folks, the most useless gift in the world just became the ultimate weapon. Violet hurls the puck at the reinforced window, exploiting the pressure differential of the luxury hotel. And bam, the glass shatters, and the suction effect is so powerful that the villain gets launched into the void. Science be... In the end, the hockey puck was actually a practical gift. 10 out of 10 in applied physics. The guy flies out the window from hundreds of feet up like a Looney Tunes cartoon. He just needed to pull out a little sign saying, "That's all, folks," before becoming a stain on the pavement. Violet is left dangling from a tablecloth. Because, naturally, in this movie, even linen has the tensile strength of a steel cable. Simply poetic. Violet races home in a sprint against the clock and against logic, hoping her son isn't the next victim. She arrives to find chaos. The hitman is there, ready to finish the job. Violet tries to fight back with a knife, but reality check. A kitchen knife against an armed assassin is rarely the best strategy. It seems like all is lost. The drama is at its peak, the tension music has us sweating, and then the hero that absolutely nobody asked for, but that we all needed, appears. A remote-controlled toy car. No joke. The kid's toy comes rolling down, the hallway carrying, nothing more and nothing less, the weapon the hitman dropped. It's like the spirit of Toy Story fused with John Wick. If someone had told me that the climax of this big-budget thriller depended on a Mattel toy, I would have saved myself the anxiety and just brought extra AA batteries. Violet grabs the gun, and bam! Game over for the bad guy. Everything ends with one of those happy endings that leaves you blinking. The kid is safe, Sister Jen miraculously survives a gunshot, because in this universe, bullet wounds are like mosquito bites, and the mayor ends up behind bars for corruption. In the end, Henry is in the hospital. Violet visits and... surprise. They decide to go on a second date. Henry, buddy, run. Last time you were shot, nearly poisoned, and watched a man fly through a window. If that's not a sign from the universe to stay single and adopt a cat, I don't know what is. The Date is a film that, beneath its layer of over-the-top suspense, speaks to how the past haunts us, and how technology can be our greatest ally or our worst nightmare. Was it a wasted opportunity or a misunderstood gem? I say it's a gem, but the kind you find at a novelty shop. It's fun, it's tense, and it makes you question why we keep accepting dates from people with no profile picture.
I'll kill you if you...
And you? What's the strangest thing that's ever happened to you on a date? Tell me in the comments, but please nothing involving poison or falls from the 40th floor. Like and subscribe. It costs you nothing. I promise it's much safer than looking for love on a sketchy app.